Multiversus is dead, which is not really that shocking to be honest, but still rather upsetting. For those who don't know, I played quite a lot of Multiversus in the beta. I played it competitively, I went to tournaments, well I didn't actually go to them, but I played them online. I played a few tournaments, and I really loved the game. I made a few videos on it, even when it was coming up to the release of Multiversus Fall. I did a lot of videos on that, which had to do with the news and what possibly was going to happen in Multiversus. And a couple of days ago they announced that Season 5 would be the end. And it's kind of bittersweet, to be honest. I always looked at Multiversus when it released, and I was really sad that it wasn't the beta, because the beta's gone. I can play the beta, but it's kind of like not the same, you know? I have such fond memories of playing like the beta when it was actually out, and I had so much fun playing it. Like, it had its issues, don't get me wrong, and the content was kind of the reason why the beta wasn't amazing towards the end, but I had a really awesome time in the beta, and you would not have found somebody as excited as me for Multiversus to release. Like, you just wouldn't. I was so excited, and it just kind of bombed. Like, completely fucking died. And I was so sad. Like, I was so defeated when it released. I didn't even make any videos on it. I was super excited to make videos on Multiversus. I was going to stream it a bunch. I played it one time, one day, and I just was like, wow, this shit sucks. Like, there were so many issues with it. Like, where do I even start? Like, the speed of the game. Let's start with that, right? So they rebuilt Multiversus to work in Unreal Engine 5. Like, from the beta to the launch, it was rebuilt to work in Unreal Engine 5. And they did this because they wanted to fix the netcode, and they said it would be, like, nicer for the game and things like that. And, unfortunately, while they were rebuilding it, they also lost their fucking minds and shat all over the game. Like, I don't know why they were doing this, but they just completely lost their minds. Like, the models are fucking gone. The game was so slow and sluggish. Like, that's what made Multiversus so good. That's what made it so unique. It was so fast and chaotic, and everyone loved it like that, right? And that was what everybody was excited for it to be when it came back. Instead of it being what we expected, it was kind of this slow, just mess. Like, I was gonna call it methodical, but it really wasn't. Like, it was just a slow mess. Everything felt awful. And for those who do not know, I have an absolute obsession with Harley Quinn. I am absolutely in love with this woman. She means the world to me. And I played Harley. And Harley felt so awful. Like, Harley was so much about, like, zipping around the map and, like, doing, like, all these flips and combos. And it was super fun and cool and fishing for the infinite and just being so fast. And I played Harley again, and I'm like, wow. She feels like you just strapped a bunch of fucking weights to her legs for no reason, you know? Like, it's absolutely insane. Like, that was for every character as well. Like, some of the characters like Iron Giant, you probably couldn't have told, you probably couldn't have, noticed much difference. But for quick characters like Arya and Harley, like, you saw so much different in them. Like, Bugs as well. And they just fucked it. I didn't even know why. Like, I remember watching the trailer, and I'm like, this seems so slow. And a lot of other people thought the exact same way. We were all sat there fucking huffing the copium like, oh, it's just because it's the trailer, right? No, it wasn't. They fucking nuked the game. They took out everything that was fun and made it a slow, boring piece of shit. And it was awful, and everybody left. Like, you can literally look at the Steam charts. Everybody left immediately. Nobody wanted to play the game. It didn't launch with ranked. It launched in a buggy, awful state. Like, the netcode was worse the second time around on Unreal Engine 5 when they said that the netcode was going to be incredible. They just lied. Like, obviously you want to sell your netcode, right? That's something you want to do. But you're overselling it so hard, and then to the point where people just expect a lot of it, and it's complete fucking cheeks. Like, it was so shit. Like, it was so much fucking worse than the actual, like, the beta netcode. And I just fucking couldn't believe it. I remember the first day, even the second day, even the third day, right? I know I said before I played like one game, but I did, like, that was a bit of hyperbole. It took me one game to realize that it was really slow and I didn't like it. But I still tried to play and force myself to enjoy it, right? yeah, I tried to force myself to play it and enjoy it. But man, I couldn't even get a fucking game in half the time. You just DC before anything could happen. It's like, not only was the gameplay completely different, not only were half the characters fucking muted, not only was it like a buggy piece of shit, the hitboxes were back to being awful, and like, the moves felt shit to do, the dash attacks were awful and didn't fit into the game well at all, and like, oh my lord. And then, one of the worst aspects of it, they made it a horribly grindy, like, currency-filled fucking mess. Like a complete dogshit mess of currencies and grinds to get characters and payments and microtransactions and holy shit, it was wild. You think skins would be enough for these fucking cunts, but it wasn't enough. Nowhere near enough. They wanted to be like, oh, if you want to get characters, you've got to grind for like 72 hours, I think it was, or something like that, right? It was like 74 hours or something to unlock a character? Like, fuck off, man. That's such a joke. Like, I remember in the beta, it was not difficult to unlock a character. And like, the skin prices weren't terrible. The skin prices are fucking wild, man. I remember being so excited to play, like, to get like a Harley skin, this one Harley skin. I was super excited for it. And I immediately was like, I'm not paying that fucking money for it. Why would they do that? The art was also just worse. Everything, like, the models looked fucking weird. The art style was weird. Like, the game was in such a brilliant state in the beta. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the mic. Like, it's in such a brilliant state in the beta. Like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't perfect. Like, there were a lot of things that could have been fixed, like the netcode. I think that a lot of times, you could have fixed the hitboxes. They weren't amazing. The content the content pushes were probably a bit slow. You probably could have fixed a few bugs. Just ironed out the game more. Not, like, rebuild the game from the fucking start. And when your game, like, when your fucking player base tells you, I like this, and you go, fuck no, I know better. We're a random corporation. We know what the players want. Look what fucking happens, motherfucker. Your entire game dies for the second time. Like, I was one of the people who didn't care. Like, I cared that it was offline, right? Because I loved the game. But I knew, I thought it was going to come back better. I thought they'd bring the beta back and it'd just be better. But it's not. The game is just wank. Like, it's so much worse. And I can't believe they did that. I've heard fucking tales that it was Tony, that they were like, he was fucking with it. But I've also heard tales that he wasn't. I don't know what happened over there, but it was a shit show. Like, they just had no idea what they were doing. And it's so sad, because Multiversus had crazy potential. Like, not just any game launches with 144 players at launch, you know? Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, we had such a passionate fan base, like, such a passionate community that was so excited to play the game. And you fucked it. You didn't just fuck it, you fucked it, and you tried to turn it into a scammy, microtransaction-filled mess. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you do that? And then in like every other update, there's a new gameplay update. Like, oh, we're gonna change the combat to make it better. Like, if you have to make a combat update every single fucking patch, there's a problem with your combat. Like, I thought that was pretty clear. But no, that's too thick to understand that shit, man. It really makes me so upset. And now the game's done. Like, I hopped on for Season 5 just to test out the pace. It's still slow, it's still ass. It's not the beta. Shocker. And I immediately uninstalled the game. It's just so shit. Like, it's so boring. It's just another tale of a game that got a really good beta and then immediately got shit all over with microtransactions and awful gameplay. It's another fucking Concord. Shocker. Another game that got ruined by corporations. Who's shocked? Fuck capitalism, man. I'm so done with this shit. Oh well. Rest in peace, Multiversus, I guess. It was sweet having you around while you were around, but whatever. Guess it'll just be a memory. Like, I remember, I sit here and I watch, like, my old gameplays, and it was so interesting to watch and fun, and I had so much, like, it was chaotic, but it was good when it was chaotic. And it's just so annoying. I don't know. But yeah. What are you gonna do, I guess? Just hope that maybe they see the fucking light at the end of the tunnel and they take their heads out their asses and they give us the fucking beta again. Somehow I doubt that, though. Anyway, thanks all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.